morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you great people out there in YouTube land. This is your show just for you, and this is your man, Sonny Wayne Fella. I'm a little bit down today. I'm a little bit sad because of a situation that is unfolding in our country, Liberia. It is saddening to note, mainly, when it comes to the judiciary within our government. We realized that there are three branches of government: the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature or legislative branch. And each branch of government have its own functions that causes our country, or the wheel of our country, to turn daily. And when we tend to look the other way when it comes to a specific branch of government, it destroys the fabric of our society. And I said that I am sad a bit today because of something that is going on that maybe I might be wrong, but if an investigation takes place to rather find out what is the nitty-gritty of this complaint, then maybe we can apologize or recount. But until then, I won't. For one fact, that this lady, Ambassador Andy, who took a complaint to the city court in Monrovia concerning this man that is called Prophet Key, so to speak. He does have a very long name. I can't pronounce it, so I would just have to settle for Prophet Key. She claimed that he made some statements, erroneous, derogatory statements about her on the media. And she felt she needed a redress. So she sued him at the Monrovia City Court. What really bothers me and caused me to be sad this morning is the way in which Liberians hail this man. We've noticed over time that when he's speaking on Facebook or even on YouTube, he uses words on our mothers, our grandmothers, our daughters, our sisters, our nieces, with no respect at all. And people are calling him a renowned media mongo or whatever they call him. I don't care. But if you, a man, a respectable man, a responsible man, uses words that are so demeaning, that are abusive, that causes people to wonder why, and people cheer him on and defend him. I saw him at Senator Prince Johnson Church speaking from the pulpit. But I know they said birds of the same feather flock together. But going to court, Ambassador Andy took him to court, paid a certain amount of money. If I'm not mistaken, I understand $5 million Liberian dollars. And I stand to be corrected. But just to find out, she had not gone to have her day in court, but they decided to dismiss the case without even consulting her, she and her lawyers, to let them know why they were dismissing the case. Is there something wrong somewhere? We are speaking against corruption in high places. Did something go wrong? Did somebody get something that caused them to go ahead and make such a decision to dismiss the case against Prophet Key? when he had said things against this ambassador that have hurt her to the court, and decided to go and get a redress from court, and they could go and dismiss her case without even letting her know. So what is the essence of the three branches of government? If we have the judiciary branch, there should be ways and means by which these things can be dealt with amicably through the court of law. This lady knew that talking to Prophet Key, as they call him, or he called himself, won't give her justice. And she needed to go to our justice system to deal with this situation. But it seemed like she had been let down. She was speaking to the press in tears. I made sure that the justice system is there to give us justice when we need it, or to go and discuss these things within the court system. And if Ambassador Indy is wrong, the judge can come down and decide. But she did not have her chance in court. Her lawyers were not informed that they were going to dismiss the case. Is the judiciary telling us that without any audience or going to court, that they can just decide out of court without even discussing anything with the complainant or concerning the plaintiff concerning such an issue if someone took the case to court? These are things that this new government needs to crack down on. And there should be a system set up within the judiciary that if a judge did such a terrible, terrible thing by making such judgment, there should be a committee, there should be a commission set up so that complaint can go to them and they can investigate such a case with this judge and find out why he dismissed the case. And if he doesn't have a real reason, he needs to be disbarred from being a lawyer in Liberia or a judge. Because these things are the things that destroy the image of our country, the fabric of our society. And when people talk about it, others get angry and begin to lash back at them and saying that someone was asking me whether I'm even a true Liberian. But there were others that came to my rescue, and which I appreciate and appreciated very much. Because if you tell me that I'm now a Liberian, I don't know how much more Liberian are you than me. But when we speak on the ills of our society, people don't seem to understand, but they tend to use languages or words on you that are inappropriate. But we should extend it. We should understand that these things will come. But this guy who continued to use these kind of terrible words and expressions about women, insulting them, cussing their private parts and stuff, this kind of person should be disbarred. This kind of person should not be allowed to use the airwave in Liberia, because it is terrible. It pains my heart to hear someone insult my mother, abuse my sister, abuse my wife, abuse my daughter, my nieces, my aunts. These are things that are terrible, and Liberia, the society, should not permit and allow such a thing within our ranks. We are hospitable people. We are cordial people. We are nice people. We are loving people. We are concerned people. We are people who love to hug and appreciate people. We are not people who use words, derogative words, to bring down people and destroy their image. And this guy called Prophet Key, that is his MO. And Liberians cheer him on. I really wonder, why do we like people who are just not good? people who destroy the image of our country and who we are. Because he used these expressions on Facebook and it's on YouTube. When the international community hears these things and nobody fight back at them, guess what? They feel that's who we are and it is acceptable within our society. And they will not want to be a part and parcel of us. Because if we can condone such a thing, if we can allow such a person to use these words, and I understand that he is married, and every word that he's using, I bet his wife might be hearing it. I believe he has a mother, because that's how he came to this earth. So he disrespect his mother, he disrespect his grandmother, he disrespect his wife, he disrespect his aunt, he disrespect his nieces because of the kind of language that he speaks. We as a government, we as a country, we as a society, we need to kick against such a diabolical act of using expressions on our female partners and companions and mothers and sisters. We need to speak out against it. And then if the justice system seems to condone it by throwing out a case that someone brought to them, instead of giving that person their day in court, but rather they threw it out, that is very, very discouraging. That is discouraging. The judiciary branch needs to investigate. If this is how the system, the judiciary system is run in Monrovia, in Liberia, then they need to have or overhaul. Then those that are appointed to be judges, they need to be, vetted before they can become judges in our country. We love Liberia and we want everyone to have peace and freedom. But if they take a case to court and the court dismiss the case without even hearing the case, that is despicable. That is not judiciary-like. So I want to call on those responsible to deal with such a situation, to call this judge and the prosecutor and find out from them, why did they dismiss this lady's case? Because she want to redress. She want to find out, why did this guy say these things about her, making a statement that she will make sure she never get a job in Liberia. She won't be the cultural ambassador anymore. That she slept with government officials in order to retain the position that she holds. And all of these things, what proof does he have? Let the court call him in and so he can give his reasons, his proof. But you can't go and dismiss the woman case. So we need to really step back and re-examine these things that goes on within our country. If these things were happening in the past, we don't want it happening again. We should not allow these things to happen in our country. Where when someone take their case to court, you dismiss it for whatever reason, only you know. Only you know. And most time when situation goes on in our country, we always try to involve the president of the nation and the international community. I understand the ambassador, and he said she would get His Excellency Joseph Boyka involved in the community, the international community, the U.S. Embassy. Look, we need to start to deal with our situations, our uncertainties and whatnot internally. Okay? We don't even need to call on His Excellency. He has a whole lot on his plate. He's not going to deal with one person issue when he have over 5 million people that he needs to care for and be responsible for. So that thing where every time you go to the market, when you ask somebody at the market, how are things going on? Oh, I'm going through a difficult time. I want to call on the president to help me. That's not what his job is to help every individual because you are having difficult times. What he needs to do is to help everyone, the entire 5.5 or 5.6 million people. That's his job, not an individual. So each time when things goes wrong with the system in our country, we turn it over to the president. We need to step away from those things and also getting the international community involved. They have nothing to do with our country. We are a sovereign nation. It is about time that we deal with situation in our own way of dealing with situation and be able to resolve and solve issues. That the international community will look at all and say, yes, these people can take care of their own matters single-handedly with our involvement. We can always run to the American embassy or the international community or call on the president. No, that's why we have a justice system. If the justice system is not working, it needs to be overhauled so that it can work for all of us. So I want to call upon you, my subscribers, to please, like my recordings and also hit the notification bell. Share my videos. I know you are doing it. And I want to say thank you. I'm not a Gil man. I'm not down, but I will speak it today. And I will say, Izuo Duo Use, for what you have done for me. Guess what? I'm married to a Gil woman. So that's the only one that I know from the Gil tribe. Uzuo Duo. Thank you. Thank you for sharing my videos, for liking them, for telling others about it. And those of you who watch my videos and have not subscribed, I want to ask you to please do. I want to hit 1,000 at least in the next week or two, to hit 1,000 subscribers. And I depend on you for that. And I want to say thank you again to all of you there in Liberia who are watching my videos. And I want you to spread the good news. Spread what I'm saying to others. Because if we don't allow people to hear what is going on, and only us hear these things, we know it better, but others won't know. So if we want everyone to be on the same page and to know better, so that our government, our system can run effectively, that the wheels of our government will be continually oiled every day, and that it can run effectively, others need to hear this information that is being expounded by those of us who are on the media and want the best for our country. But not those who goes around insulting people, insulting and cussing women, using derogatory words that are unpresentable. And then people in Liberia cheer these kind of people. It is so saddening. Is it because most of our Liberians are bad people? Is it because most of our Liberians are wicked people? We don't care about, the status quo, or we don't care about what life should actually be? I don't think so. I don't believe so. I know we are very good people. And that's why when most of us go to Liberia, even foreigners, I was reading something, a comment from someone yesterday. They said they've been going to Liberia to visit. They've been there 6 times now. And now they will be taking their sister along. That's how addictive Liberia is. Because the people there are kind. I was there. I know what people did for us. They took good care of us. Even where we stopped. Those who worked to where we spend our time while in Liberia in the month of December and some part of January. They were so kind to us. We love the attitude of Liberians. They didn't know us. They were not our relatives. They were not even friends. But because we were there with them, they took us to be a part of their family. And we enjoy every day we spend there. Even to where where our property is, where we are building our home, our house. The people there did everything, cooked for us, did everything we wanted. That's how kind-hearted Liberians are. We are not rude people. We are not people who disrespect each other. And I want to believe that. And I want the world to know that's who Liberians are. But if one man continue to use words that are terrible, that are insulting, let us speak against it. Let us not condone it. So the justice system, I want you to re-examine. Look at this case and try to give justice to who justice is deserved. Because it was once said by the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He said, justice delayed is justice denied. Have a blessed day.